Picture this. It's the early 1980s in Canada. The streets are filled with the usual rock, pop, and country music flowing from car windows and shop doors. But something different, something revolutionary, is about to shake up the Great White North: reggae music. You might think Canada, with its cold winters and predominantly Western musical traditions, would have given reggae the cold shoulder. But here's where the story gets interesting. When reggae started making waves internationally in the early 80s, Canada's response was surprisingly warm, especially in urban centers like Toronto and Vancouver. Toronto, in particular, became an unexpected hub for reggae music. Why? Well, during the 1970s and early 80s, Canada saw an influx of immigrants from Jamaica and other Caribbean nations. They brought with them not just their music, but an entire culture that would gradually transform Canada's musical landscape. One of the most fascinating aspects was how Canadian musicians began incorporating reggae elements into their own sound. Local bands started experimenting with reggae rhythms, creating a unique fusion that reflected Canada's multicultural identity. Even established Canadian artists began to dabble in reggae-influenced sounds. The mainstream media's reaction was mixed at first. Some radio stations were hesitant to play reggae, viewing it as too niche or foreign for Canadian audiences. But independent radio stations, particularly in Toronto's diverse neighborhoods, became champions of the genre, giving it the airplay it deserved. What's particularly remarkable is how reggae music found its way into Canadian winter festivals and summer celebrations alike. Imagine the sight: people swaying to Caribbean rhythms while surrounded by snow. It was a beautiful contradiction that somehow made perfect sense in Canada's multicultural mosaic. By the mid-80s, Canada had developed its own reggae scene, complete with homegrown artists who put their own spin on the genre. This wasn't just about music anymore. It was about cultural exchange, acceptance, and the evolution of Canadian identity. Looking back, Canada's embrace of reggae in the early 80s wasn't just about adding another genre to its musical repertoire. It was a testament to the country's openness to new cultural influences and its ability to create something uniquely Canadian from these global inspirations. The reggae revolution didn't just change Canada's music scene. It helped shape the multicultural nation we know today.